Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Day 3 of the Atlantic Under-13 Girls Soccer Championships live from the University of Prince Edward Island Turf Field in Charlottetown. I'm John Morrison calling our first of two games today featuring the host PEI girls against Nova Scotia. Then at noon today, we'll see the Newfoundland and Labrador girls versus New Brunswick's Under-13s, as all four squads in action today will be looking to position themselves for the middle round. PEI girls have struggled, losing 3-1 to Newfoundland and Labrador, falling 2-1 to New Brunswick yesterday. They have their work cut out for them today and look like they are on their way to the bronze medal game. After 2 days of play, Nova Scotia is undefeated, 2 clean sheets, beating New Brunswick 2-0 yesterday, and Newfoundland and Labrador 1-0, and they look like they're on their way to the gold medal game on Sunday. No extra time in the opening round, no penalties, but what we do have is a water break to allow the players to hydrate. It was an issue yesterday as the temperatures reached about 30 degrees, very warm on the field. In fact, the referee, Sean McDonald, collapsed just before the end of the first half yesterday and was forced to receive medical treatment. The happy news is that Sean has recovered. He's out of hospital and he's on the way back to normal recovering. It will only hit about 25 degrees here yesterday. A little cloudy this morning, a little bit of a breeze out of the southwest. Nova Scotia girls are on the left of your screen. They're wearing their white tops with black shorts and white socks, and on the right in the bright green, Prince Edward Island with the black shorts, black socks. It's a Nova Scotia kickoff. The referee is Haley Terstig, and she's ready to blow the opening whistle. She's making sure the goalkeepers are all right. She's counting up to make sure there's only 11 players on the field for each squad. And here we go. Nova Scotia girls moving the ball around so everyone gets a touch in the early going. Some good pressure here from the Island girls. Some nice combinations from Nova Scotia here in the opening minute. Trying to hit a through ball there. It was cut off by the back line. Nova Scotia girls showing their touch and their control nicely here. Looking for an opening here. Nova Scotia first to the ball. Stolen though, nice piece of defensive play by Jerica Doucette. This is Doucette on the ball still. She's going to be able to keep that one in? No. Throw in to Prince Edward Island. This is Kaylin Gallant with the throw in for the Island girls. Nice knockdown there. Back to Gallant. She hits one in toward the penalty spot. Opportunity here. Can they get a shot away? Yes, they do. Blocked by the back line. Some nice pressure here in the early going by Prince Edward Island. Nova Scotia has recovered and they're getting it up the far sideline. Some good running there on the far side. Still, there's an opportunity. Oh, wow, the goalkeeper saved them there. Nice save by Mackenzie Ramsey. The ball was, there she is again, plucking that one out of the air, avoiding a chance at a goal for Nova Scotia's girls. Gets that one forward. Good strike there. Well into the Nova Scotia half. Good battling there. Prince Edward Island manages to come up with the ball. There's a chance here. Is she going to get a shot off? She does. Wow. We'll have to get the number there. Beautiful pass through. The Island girl ran right onto it and was able to slip it past goalkeeper Danica Scully. And this one's going right to script for Coach McKenna of the PEI squad. She told me earlier before the game started that they wanted to avoid scoring a goal and see if they can get their first goal of the tournament. they avoid giving up a goal, and they've done that. And this is incentive for the Nova Scotia girls to get back on track here. They were not able to keep that one in, and it's a throw into Prince Edward Island on the near sideline. Some nice combinations there, resulting in an early goal for Prince Edward Island after just some 3 minutes of play. Good talking there between Doucette and Bader. You've got to communicate. You've got to be able to give instructions. There's another ball on the far side for the Nova Scotia girls to give chase. Morency was the goal scorer. Annie Pierre Morency, number 10. She got inside the box and from about 8 yards was able to slide one into the corner and put Prince Edward Island on the score sheet. They're leading 1-0 over Nova Scotia, and a bit of a surprise here. Nova Scotia having not given up a goal in their first 2 games. Nothing like a goal to settle you down and give you some incentive. Ball's played back to the defender, who puts it into the box. I think the keeper is going to be able to grab her that one. Yep. Goalkeeper Mackenzie Ramsey lofts it toward the center circle. Prince Edward Island defending their 18-yard box well, forcing Nova Scotia to come back one with the ball. They're going to be able to catch that one? I don't think so. Jordan Camp with a throw in. Good challenge there. Anna Lord trying to make some progress there, but she stopped up. This is Gallant getting the ball wide, and a chance for Prince Edward Island to come forward with it. Goalkeeper called for that one, but the defender wasn't sure what was going on, so she decided to play it safe and put it out for a throw-in to Nova Scotia. So the Nova Scotia girls find themselves in an unusual position in this tournament. They're down 1-0, having given up their first goal. And they're not in the lead. Though they are in the position of pretty well being assured of a gold medal position, gold medal game position. Stranger things have happened, though. Prince Edward Island showing that in the early minutes here in Charlottetown, with a goal that surprised the goalkeeper, Annie Pierre Morency, beating goalkeeper Scully to put Prince Edward Island ahead in the early play. Erin Coyne trying to get the ball forward. Flag goes up for offside. Decided to play it back to the keeper. She's got a chance to get her head up and see what's going on. She plays it back to the fullback. Kind of a dangerous area to be giving up the ball. Nice turn there. Ball fed forward. Keeper comes and pulls that one in. Nova Scotia starting to exert some pressure on the PEI defense. There's one for somebody to chase. Good 50-50 battle there. Won by Camp, who gets the ball forward. Bit of scrambly play in the midfield. Camp thumps one to the top of the box, but it's cut out quickly. Okay. Whoops. That one looks like it's going out. I don't think they'll be able to save that. That's a goal kick. And Prince Edward Island showing quite a bit of endeavor here, putting some pressure on the Nova Scotia back line. Front runners of Morency and Gallant are not only playing it forward, they're also putting pressure on the back line. There's a steal there. A little bit of a push there. Yeah, you're not allowed to push people in the back. Free kick on the far side to Nova Scotia. Tough place to have a free kick. You just kind of not going to be able to get it too far, and it's a chance for the PEI girls to maybe get on the end of this and restart the attack. That's what we saw there. Zoe Olskamp's putting in a shift there in the right side of the midfield for Prince Edward Island. Number 12. Throw into Nova Scotia. There's Olskamp on the end of that one, but it squirts out of play and a throw into Nova Scotia on the far side. We played 10 minutes here in Charlottetown. Day 3 of the Under-13 Girls All-Star Championships. Prince Edward Island ahead by a surprising 1-0. And they'll be quite happy with that. They've struggled to score in this tournament. They're looking pretty hungry. Almost tapped back by Camp. Played forward here very quickly to Lord, who then tries to get it forward on a through ball. A lot of wrestling there in the corner. Referee letting that go. Nova Scotia wins a throw-in. Looking for a target. No one to throw it to, really. There's another opportunity here. She cross it. No, it's knocked down. Keeper tried to save that one from going out, but still she wasn't quick enough to the ball, and Nova Scotia win themselves a corner. 1-0 for Prince Edward Island against Nova Scotia's Under-13 girls in Charlottetown this morning. Set pieces can provide an opportunity for an easier goal. Don't have to work so hard for it. Just get the ball in a nice shooting position and maybe find the back of the net. Let's see what happens here. Ball's fed in. Cleared. Another opportunity, but cleared only to the top of the box. Camp gets one into a tricky position. Ball is hit forward. Kate McNeil trying to get it forward into a shooting position. And another goal kick. After giving up that goal there, after about 3 minutes, Nova Scotia have found their feet. They've got their sea legs here, if you will, and they seem to be dominating play in the last couple of 2 or 3 minutes. Goalkeeper Ramsey surveying her options. Nova Scotia girls shifting over to their left. Ball doesn't go too far. Nova Scotia's on the end of it, but quickly the PEI girls recover. Jerica Doucette running the show there in the midfield. Holzkamp battling on the far side. Ball goes out of play. Throw into Nova Scotia. They're about the 40-meter mark there, and they get the ball into the edge of the Prince Edward Island 18-yard box. We're seeing why the Nova Scotia girls are undefeated in this tournament. They've been dominating the last several minutes, camped out in the Prince Edward Island half of the field. PEI struggling now to get the ball over halfway. Good example of it there. Ball played into the midfield. There's an opportunity of a quick counterattack here if they can get the ball moving. Good idea, just the execution was lacking. This is Lord now. Can she beat her player? Can beat her marker? Ball fed into the corner here. Lord again giving chase. All the way to the end line. Cuts it back and a nice maneuver there. Is that going to stay in or go out for a corner? Keeper comes out wisely. Keeper Ramsey picks it up, and she's ready as soon as the Prince Edward Island girls get further up the field. She's ready to boot it, and a good one it is. Well into the Nova Scotia half. Ball eludes the back line. There's a chance now for Gallant to feed the ball wide. Ava Pomeray with a chase there, but she wasn't able to bring it down. Throw in to Nova Scotia. Cleared, but only as far as the PEI back line. That one's chipped into the box for someone to chase. And the keeper comes out and eventually wraps that up. Danger passes for Nova Scotia. They play the ball short to the left fullback. Tries to get it up the line to the midfielder. She does. Nice turn there, get free there, but the ball went out. One of the trends we're seeing in youth soccer today is the idea of possession, putting more emphasis on possession and teaching children about soccer. And one of the things that they're trying to do is play out of the back so that you always have the ball and the other team doesn't. So it's an interesting experiment to watch because traditionally in soccer, goalkeepers thump the ball up the field to make sure that they're not giving the ball away in their own half. So sometimes here we're seeing that working, and sometimes the other team manages to pick it off and get a nice, easy possession and an easy way to start. Throw in on the near sideline now. Jordan Camp coming over for that duty. First to the ball, Prince Edward Island, very good. Nicely done. This is our goal scorer, Morency, making good ground here. Can she swing that back? Throw in the PEI. Callie McDonald running over to retrieve the ball. She's got a target there on the byline. Ball goes out for a corner kick. Often when you're in that position at the byline in your own 18-yard box, you're not quite sure what to do with the ball, and sometimes the best best idea is to put the ball out. You are giving up a corner, but you're getting the ball away from a danger area near your net. That's what we saw there. PEI girls are running a stack at the top of the Nova Scotia box. They'll all disperse and run near post, penalty spot, far post, trying to confuse the Nova Scotia defenders. Let's see if that works for them here on the set piece. There they go. They're all making the run. Anybody there? Almost. Nova Scotia clears the danger, but still here's another attempt. The ball hit across the top of the box, knocked down by Shields. Oh, and Nova Scotia is able to clear the ball out here to the near sideline where Lord is waiting. And Lord making a run up the wing. She's going to get it back here by the look of it, but she's cut off. She's unable to get around Callie McDonald there, and the Nova Scotia girls are forced back into the midfield. Ball's clipped into the corner here. This is Lord giving chase, but the keeper... Ooh, not quite sure. Was the defender going to take it? Was the keeper going to take it? Keeper flips it forward. Falls to Nova Scotia. Good battling there. Jerica Doucette on the end of that one. She was fouled, and referee Terstick whistled that down, and free kick to Prince Edward Island. Played almost 20 minutes of the opening 35 here now. Prince Edward Island in the lead by a score of 1-0. Camp gets it forward. Again, the willing Lord on the near sideline here, running, giving the midfield an option. Camp throws it in. Cut off by McDonald. Nice talking there in the midfield by the Prince Edward Island girls. Olskamp getting the ball into the midfield. Is Olskamp again. Can she flip one through? Oh, push down there. Referee let that go. This is Camp now. Gets it across the back line. Over to the far side of the Oslin's girls are one of the two Oslin girls in action there. That's Ava Oslin's there, and they get the ball into the midfield. Go back one to get everybody in position and see what they can work from this. Jordan Camp cuts inside. She's got some help there. Shields able to cut that off. This is Lord making a good distance down the far sideline, but trips over the ball. Lord back in action again. Shot is knocked down. Ball goes out of play eventually. Georgia Doucette able to stop up Lord there, and it's another goal kick to Prince Edward Island. This is Doucette again. She's got help with McDonald there, but she decides to go to the midfield. Doucette. There's McDonald. She's stopped up. Very quickly put up the field. Chance for Gallant to chase one. O'Coin puts it back to the keeper. Prince Edward Island girls first to that free ball. Oslin's getting turned. Gallant with a chance to tap one back. She does. Ball's going to be put into the box, but it's blocked and cleared by Nova Scotia. It's a chance for the Nova Scotia girls to run forward. They got help here with Lord on the far side. Good idea, but the execution was lacking, and they weren't able to find Lord here on the near sideline. But there's chance number 2 at this, and Lord in a nice position for crossing. Can she get it in there? She does. Almost spilled there by the keeper, but she managed to hang on to it. Waiting for the Island girls to get further forward. Gets it out to the far side. Oslin's on the ball for Nova Scotia. She gets it inside. Again, they're coming across the field with the ball very nicely. This is Camp up to Lord. They've been very effective, that duo, Camp and Lord. Some nice combinations for Nova Scotia. Chance to turn there. Holzkamp looking to find somebody. Shields gets it a little wider. Good pressure from the Nova Scotia girls. PEI uses the pressure, and Nova Scotia punches it forward again to restart their attack. Some nifty footwork there on the far side by Nova Scotia. Free kick. Referee Terstig seeing something she didn't like. Might have been a tackling foul. Nice opportunity on a set piece here. Let's see if the Nova Scotia girls can get one toward the penalty spot and see if they can get a little bit of action on it. They've got 5 players in the PEI 18-yard box. Are one of them going to get on the end of this and tie this game up? Prince Edward Island making a change. We'll check to see who that is. Ball is fed right toward the goal. Keeper came out. Didn't get to it. One of the Nova Scotia girls got a boot up toward it, but it went off her body and out of play. That was a nice cross into the box in the danger area there. Maybe a sign of things to come from Nova Scotia here as the game wears on. Ball fed into the midfield. Chance for Doucette to get things going. Good battle there. She and Camp winning the challenge. Ball's fed down the sideline for the ever-willing Lord to chase, but the ball went out and she wasn't able to get on the end of it. Our camera operator and producer today is Brian McRae. He's been with us all week and supplying us, as usual, great visuals and nice presentation on 360 Live. Service providing you the streaming of these games throughout the weekend. We'll be on here on the weekend too for the medal round. Ball fed back. Let's see what McNeil can do with that. Pass goes astray, and now the Island girls are bringing it forward in a hurry. Some good running there. Whoa, speedy. Nobody can catch up. All the way into the edge of the box. The ball eventually goes out for a goal kick. A sensational run there. It looked like it might have been Abby Melvin. No, it would have been, can't quite make out who that was. It might have been Sophie Galland. I can't see the numbers sometimes on the far side. Camp getting it forward up toward Lord, but she wasn't able to keep that one in. McDonald with the throw in. She's looking for some help. There it is. Oh, nice interception there. And another chance for Prince Edward Island. Zoe Olskamp been very active today in the midfield for the PEI under 13 girls. Goal kick to Nova Scotia. We have about 10 minutes remaining in the first half of the game today. The other 2 teams in this competition, New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Labrador, will be in action at 12 o'clock local time, ending the first 3 days of the tournament competition. Sunday is the medal round. Oh, there's a nice ball fed in. Goalkeeper gets down very quickly, gets her body on the ground, gets her body behind the ball. You like to see that from goalkeepers, getting down to the floor very quickly, and we saw a nice example of it there. Sometimes it can take a little while for goalkeepers to learn that skill and get good at it, but we saw Scully there able to do it just like she's been doing it all her life. Lord isn't able to get past her marker there, and Georgia Doucette doing a nice job on the near side. Ball is fed into the midfield. Looking for Lord here on the far side. Is that going to ask a little bit too much of her? No, she's able to keep it in, but unable to get a cross into a danger area. And again, the PEI goalkeeper, Ramsey, has another goal kick. She's looking to go up the far sideline. I don't know if she'll get it that far. Yes, she does. Prince Edward Island leading by a score of 1-0 and a goal scored in the first 3 minutes by Annie-Pierre Morency. Beautifully taken. Nice service from Gallant. She was able to run into the Nova Scotia 18-yard box and slot one home past goalkeeper Scully, the first goal Nova Scotia has given up in this tournament so far. An opportunity now. Can Nova Scotia manufacture something here to get themselves on the score sheet? Some good attempts at getting the ball in a shooting position, but they haven't really found the mark here. Oh, ball given away by our goal scorer, Morency. All fed in nicely here to Olskamp, who's able to run with it, making up some nice distance. Just a little bit too far ahead of Doucette, and goalkeeper Scully gathers that one. Decides to go to the fullback on the left side. He thumps it forward. Further to up the far sideline to Oslands. She's bringing it in across. Defender steps in front of that one. Clears it for Prince Edward Island. Good cross there. Ooh, a keeper. Whoa, that one looked like it was... If the Nova Scotia girls had been just a step faster, they would have been able to tap that one home. Goalkeeper came out to retrieve it. It went past her, and a little bit of drama, but they managed to survive. Ball was played wide. Oslin's on the ball now, taps it forward, but as we've seen in the first half here, the Highland girls have been well worth their action here now. They were stopping up Nova Scotia very often as they come forward. There's one for Morency to chase, but Nova Scotia survives. Morency able to steal that one, though. Push in the back, free kick. We're into the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first half. This is Georgia Doucette stepping up. Prince Edward Island has 7 girls on the edge of the box here, and they're looking to see if they can make it 2-0 here in the dying minutes of the first half. What are we going to see from Doucette here? Is she going to chip it toward the penalty spot? That looks like the likely. There it is. Chipped right in there. No one there to chase it. And goalkeeper Scully pounces on it and holds on to see where her fullbacks are. A little bit of tight pressure here from the Island girls, and still she's deciding to go out with it. Gallant with the pressure. Makes the steal. Can she turn and get it into the box? She's just holding it off. She taps it back. And Nova Scotia gets that one clear. Throw into PEI. Still PEI in the ball. Olskamp shielding nicely. Can go back with it here if she wants. Nice play by Sophie Gallant there. Holzkamp. All fade up the far side here to Oslands. Can't get past her man. Her marker, I guess I should say, not a man. Throw into Prince Edward Island on the far sideline. One nothing for Prince Edward Island as we near the whistle marking the end of the first half. Nova Scotia's had a few opportunities but have not been able to unlock the Prince Edward Island defense. Here's Lord now. Look like a handball. Referee going to let that one go. Good interception there. Ball goes out of play on the far side. Katie Grace Noy there playing it right back for Prince Edward Island today. There's an opportunity now for a shot by Nova Scotia, but nicely positioned. Goalkeeper Ramsey was there ready to collect. And a good distance on that one. Might have to turn back here if she, no, she's good pressure again from Prince Edward Island squad and forcing a throw in on the far side. Here's a chance now for Nova Scotia's girls to come forward. They get the ball to Lord. Gets into the 18-yard box. She's running free here. Can she cross it over? And an easy tap in. Lord doing all the work. And an easy tap in for Abby Melvin, evening the score at 1-1. But the hard part was done by Lord. Lord with a beautiful cross across the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper unable to get a glove on it. And they've tied it up on a nice goal, a tap in by Abby Melvin. Score is now 1-1. And we have about a minute of extra time. We're into that now. Nice 1-2 combination there. Cut off by Camp. Good battling there. Osland's on the far side. And a battle with Katie Grace Noy. Nova Scotia coming forward looking for number 2. There's one shot. The keeper is going to be able to gather that one in. And she's telling her girls to get forward. She's going to pound it. She does. Gets good distance and height on it. Right into the center circle. Over the center back. Here's Lord coming short to help out the fullback. But the direction on the pass wasn't good enough. Holzkamp. Chance to tap it back here. Referee Terstig blows the whistle, ending the first 35 minutes. 1-1 tie here between Nova Scotia's under-13s and Prince Edward Island's under-13 girls. Day 3 of the Atlantic Under-13 Girls Soccer Championships live from Charlottetown. We'll be back with the second half after the break. Just what you were hoping for.
I know, that was the goal.
You up, Ryan? We are almost set for the beginning of the second half here in Game 1 today. The final games of the opening round of the Under-13 Girls Atlantic All-Star Soccer Championships, live from Charlottetown on the streaming service you're watching. Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia in action here in the 10 o'clock game. They are tied 1-1. Some good battling. Prince Edward Island scoring early. And toward the end of the first half, Nova Scotia got themselves on the score sheet and a tap-in by Abby Melvin. The opening goal by Annie-Pierre Morency, putting Prince Edward Island on the score sheet for the first time in this tournament. This is the final day of the opening round, and on Sunday we get to the middle round. Nova Scotia pretty well for sure. I shouldn't say for sure, but it looks like they're going to be in the gold medal game. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Stranger things have happened in a soccer stadium, soccer field. It's a Prince Edward Island kickoff, and underway we go. A little bit ball short there. Oslin's getting the ball into midfield. Her sister Ella. Ella taps it back. Ball played back into the midfield. Nice touch there by O'Coin. O'Coin getting forward nicely. Tries to slip one through to the forward line. Ball played forward. Chance for Prince Edward Island to chase one down. Can't get to it, and it's a throw into Nova Scotia on the far side. Some good battling in the midfield here today by both squads. Anxious to win the ball. Ball finds its way to goalkeeper Scully, who quickly tosses it out to the left back, making some ground. Got Oslin's ahead of her. Ball challenged down there. Addison Langley here on the midfield, the right-hand side for Prince Edward Island. Ball headed out. Throw into Callie McDonald. Some movement there ahead. Ball goes down the line. Charge down. You like to see that from your forwards, getting in there trying to make a block. Sarah Lewis in action there. Let's see if the Nova Scotia squad can build on that momentum they got going toward the end of the first half. They'd like to keep that going and dominate here and maybe get their third win of the tournament. Bit of a spill there, and a free kick to Prince Edward Island. Sun has come out here now. It's beginning to warm up. Bit of a breeze blowing from the southwest. Free kick. Can she get it to the edge of the box here, edge of the 18-yard box? Clips it in. Yeah, it's beautifully set up. Can somebody get on the end of it? Keeper Scully there first. Rolls it out quickly to the far side. I think is Camp. Camp gets it forward to, I think that's Lord. Ball goes out of play on the far side. Wind is coming up a little bit here now too. It's blowing across the field more than left to right on your screen, so it's not as if someone's going to have the wind advantage. Ball hoofed forward by the back line. Ball slipped through. Back to the keeper is the right play, and that's what we saw. Plays it out to the edge of the 18-yard box and quickly out to the sideline. Inside of the midfield. She can get her head up there. She can find something ahead. There's two girls racing after that one. Prince Edward Island's back line caught out in that nice through ball. Can she square that into the shooting position? She gave it a try, but Goalkeeper Ramsey was nicely positioned, came off her line and got to the edge of the 6-yard box in the byline and prevented Nova Scotia from getting any further. Ramsey waiting for the Prince Edward Island girls to get forward. Nice trap there. Ball clipped into the near sideline. McDonald. And Oslands is holding her off. Nice chance for Swinimer to get forward from her mid-backfield position. Free kick for Nova Scotia here now. They have 5 or 6 players on the edge of the Prince Edward Island 18-yard box waiting for service. They're going to chase this one down. It's trying to slip through the toward the penalty spot. Nice turn there. Escape a challenge. Ball belted forward by the Nova Scotia back line. Only as far as Georgia Doucette. Doucette trying to get it forward there now. Ball chipped inside. Nova Scotia player there. They can bring it forward here on the far sideline. Ball goes out of play though, and a throw in to Prince Edward Island. 1-1 is the score here between Nova Scotia's under-13 girls and the Prince Edward Island squad playing at home. Looking for their first point in the tournament. They scored their first goal early in the going here in the first half. It's a 1-1 tie. Chance to flip one in. Keeper calls off and nicely positioned to scoop that up. Put yourself in a little bit of space, yeah, and you can do some business. A chance for Langley to get forward. Ball chipped into the corner. This is Lily Walsh giving chase. She had a pretty good tournament so far. She's been able to get on the score sheet. Nice ball forward there toward Langley, but she's unable to get that one under control. McDonald had the right idea, but just put a little bit too much on it. Swinimer with the throw-in. Back to her. Drives one toward the top of the box, toward Walsh. Walsh gets turned, got a little bit of time. Oh, nice shift there and a quick shot. It's Kenzie Matheson with the turn there on the quick shot. Good aggressive play here by the midfield of Prince Edward Island. Addison Langley almost stealing that one. He's asking a lot of Oslands there to get to that one. Had the right idea, trying to spring her down the near sideline here. Ball goes out of play and a throw in now. Swinimer again very quickly gets it into the midfield. Ball not falling kindly to the front runners of Nova Scotia. Langley gets it forward. Nice cut in there. She's going to get around another player. Nice try there by Sarah Lewis, who gets one in the belt area. And she's going to have to take a couple of gasps of air. Kind of knocks the wind out of you. Throw in for Swinimer here now. Some nice foot skills there by Grace Driscoll, but she had to go back to the keeper under pressure.
That's it. Nice job.
Swinimer in a collision with Callie McDonald there. McDonald getting the worst of it, but Prince Edward Island getting a free kick for their trouble. In a nice position for someone to loft one in toward the far post, the penalty area, and see if Prince Edward Island can get on the end of it. They've got 4, 5, 6 players waiting. Good opportunity. They've only got one player back at the midfield area. Here it comes. Langley feeds it in beautifully. You can kind of, not too careful, you can get exposed to a counterattack, and that's what we're seeing here. Oslands with a chance to run in. Oh, and the keeper got down nicely. Oslands had a little bit more time than she realized. Could have taken another touch or two. Prince Edward Island defenders catching up to her, but she decided to hit it low and toward the far corner, and the keeper got down nicely. A warning sign, though, for Prince Edward Island on those set-piece efforts. Very quickly the ball can come out and be repelled on a set piece like that, and a real big opportunity for a counterattack on the opposition. That's what we saw there as Walsh was able to get it going, pushed it forward to Oslands, and she found herself right in there in a very quick turnaround, a real turnaround on that set piece by Prince Edward Island. Still 1-1 here after 10 minutes of play. Free kick on the far side now. Nova Scotia with 6 girls in the PEI 18-yard box. Left footer going to be coming in. Played on the floor. Didn't get to the destination, but still Nova Scotia on the ball. Blocked off. Nova Scotia dominating play here in the early minutes. Second half. As you would expect from a team that is undefeated, giving up only 1 goal in 3 games. Scoring 5, 6 now. Nova Scotia showing their technique and skills here, moving the ball around nicely, controlling it, trying to find the open player. Steele there has Prince Edward Island in a counter-attacking position. Let's see what they can build off of this situation. On the far side, near the touch line. Throw into Nova Scotia. I'm going to have to get my hat on here pretty soon. The sun's coming out and it's warming up. Temperature expected to climb to about 25, 26 here on Prince Edward Island today. Sunshine, but not nearly as warm as it was yesterday when the temperature reached about 30 degrees and saw the game stop several times for water breaks. We haven't had one of those yet today, but we might hear as the temperature is quickly climbing as we reach the midday part of the day. Kind of scrappy on the far side there now. I found my hat and we'll get that on here now. There we go, back in action. Ball goes out of play on the far side. A throw into Prince Edward Island, who are tied 1-1 with the Nova Scotia squad. Final game of the opening round for both teams. Nova Scotia with a better record, having 2 wins. They had kept clean sheets in their first 2 games, but gave up an early goal here to Prince Edward Island forward Morency, and she put them on the sheet at the 3-minute mark. Nova Scotia needed almost an entire second half before they were able to square things up. Goal by Abby Melvin, tying the game up at 1-1, and that's where we are now on sunny Prince Edward Island. Offside was the call on the far side, and PEI will restart the game. They decide to come into the midfield with it. Ball punched forward, only as far as the Nova Scotia midfield, who have a chance to counter now. Still Nova Scotia. Try to chip one into the box. Danger has cleared. It's a goal kick. Ball still in play. Walsh with a good defensive tackle there, and showing that she's not just a forward, she could also get in there, win a ball, and make a tackle. Walsh got a boot on that one, but it went out for another throw-in for Prince Edward Island. Game has calmed down a little bit more back and forth here. A lot more tackles going in. Change of possession. Not much headway being made by either squad. There's one for Walsh to chase, but the keeper is there. Ball was played forward on the far side. Ooh, looked like a bit of a rugby tackle there. And it's a free kick to Prince Edward Island. PEI girls pushing forward, looking to see if they can get the goal that will put them ahead. There's a whole host of PEI players. Can one of them set something up, get on the right side of it? Things have really opened up here now for Nova Scotia to come forward. Opportunity to get right in there. Can she find some help? This is Swinimer. She cracks one. Oh, just a little bit too far ahead of Walsh to get at. Prince Edward Island bench shouting some instructions to their players. Maybe a little change of tactics, a little change of position. They're running with 2 at the front, 4 in the middle, and 4 at the back. Opportunity for a shot there. It was a bit of an air shot. Still Nova Scotia. PEI are going to be first to that one and should let it go out of play. They do, and it's another goal kick. We're going to get a water break here now. First of this game. We had plenty of them yesterday. 2 or 3 games required a water break. Temperatures on the surface of the field, the AstroTurf, multiplying the real temperature. It was probably closer to 40 degrees on the field there yesterday at one point. So the girls get a breather here, get some instructions from their coaches, get a chance to hydrate, maybe change some tactics, change your shape, try something different. So as it stands here at the water break, some 17 minutes into the second half, it's 1 for Prince Edward Island and 1 for Nova Scotia's under-13 girls. We have another game coming up later today in the under-13 division. That's the New Brunswick girls versus Newfoundland and Labrador, in a game that could decide who is into the medal round. At this point, hard to say. It could be New Brunswick, could be Newfoundland and Labrador. Even today's game could impact the way things shape out here for the medal round tomorrow. It's unlikely that Prince Edward Island will make the medal round, but at least the gold medal game. So there's plenty to play for here today on a nice sunny Saturday on Prince Edward Island. Nice breeze blowing across the field. See if any of these instructions and changes take effect on the field after the coaches get a chance to talk to you and make a few changes. It's often a chance to try something different and see if you can find yourself a way to a second goal. Walsh with a knockdown. Tap back to McDonald. A little battle there with Walsh. Wins the ball. Gets herself into the edge of the box. Tries to get around Bader. Ball comes out central. She's got help here with Langley. Ball fed in there. There's one for Langley to chase. She's making good ground here. She's cut off. Nice positioning there by the left back. Showing her skills there on the ball. Jordan Camp looking really good there at the left back spot. This is Olskamp now. Bit of a missed kick. Nice tap into the midfield. All fed over here to Langley, who's nicely positioned. Got some help ahead for a through ball. Coyne getting the ball to her back line, and now the ball finds Walsh in midfield. Coyne again taps it back to the center back, who shifts one out to the far side. Might let that one go. Yeah, she does. Throw into Prince Edward Island. Got about 15 minutes left to play here. Another throw in. Wind seems to be picking up a little bit here now. There was some storms on the radar this morning, but not until probably late in the afternoon, and hopefully by that time the competition will have drawn to a close, and we won't have to see the threat of heavy rain. Either side been able to do a whole lot here in the second half. It's been back and forth in the midfield. A lot of battling, a lot of turnovers, just like that, what you're seeing there. Goes back and forth. Camp getting the ball into the midfield to a Coyne. That one's going to go out. I think Shields will let that one happily go out for a throw-in, and she does. We're going to have the under-14s final day here a little later in the day. We have we're going to have a game at 2 and a game at 4 involving all 4 of the under-14 squads in the competition here on Prince Edward Island this week. My colleague Nick Murray will be doing those games. Throw in on the far side. Keeping the ball in play on that far side has been a bit of a challenge for both squads here in the tournament. Very right-handed, both these teams. Right-footed. Ball often going up and down the right-hand side, whether it be Prince Edward Island or Nova Scotia. Keeper gets it out here, but Walsh knew that was coming. Try to get it under control. Can she keep it in? Yeah, she does. Can she swing one in? She does. But there's a Prince Edward Island defender there, and now Langley's on the ball, gets turned, gets it forward, only as far as Kemp. Kemp playing it left back, tries to get it central. Nice step in. Ball slipped through there. Had the right idea, but they just couldn't find the right slot to get it through. Holzkamp showing some good skills on the ball there in midfield for PEI. Throw into Nova Scotia now. Nodded out. Another throw in about 50 yards further up the field for Nova Scotia. This is Walsh trying to find a way through the Prince Edward Island defenders. She's straddling the byline there. Can she find a way through to wriggle into the 18-yard box? No, but they do win a corner. And here's a chance now off of a set piece for Nova Scotia to find the score sheet once again. They've got, well, it looks like they've got all 9 players, outfield players. The ball is whipped in toward the penalty spot. There's a chance for someone to shoot. Half a shot, and Prince Edward Island clears the danger. Holzkamp gets it over here. Langley's giving chase. Camp gets the shoulder on her, wins the ball. A step over turn, but loses it out to Langley, who wasn't buying any of the shift. Throw into PEI. Got help back one there if she looks at it. She finds it. Holzkamp's offering in the midfield. Decides to go up the line. We can put somebody into a chase position. And they are giving chase. Nice chase and run by Sarah Lewis there. She gets it across the top of the box. Langley has been active since she came on and clips one into the 18-yard box, but quickly Camp is on it. Feeds it into the midfield. I think that's a coin. She gets it up the line. Almost gets it up the line to Camp, and a nice 1-2. Didn't come off. A little bit too far ahead, asking a little bit too much of Camp there. McDonald whips it in on the throw. Who was running at the front here? She looks like she could be sent through. That's her right there. Can she stop that up and cut it inside? Or is she going to try and dribble past the player? No, she whips one in. Whoa, that was as close as Nova Scotia has come in the second half to getting in the lead here. A beautiful cross by Walsh. 2 Nova Scotia players were running at it, but I think it was a coin. They just couldn't meet the ball and nod that one home. Terrific cross by Walsh. So coin battling with Holzkamp. There's another dangerous looking one for Walsh to chase. Flag is up for offside, and the danger passes. Another goal kick for Prince Edward Island. Got about 9-10 minutes to play here now. 1-1 between Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Nova Scotia in the white tops, Prince Edward Island in the dark green. Ball's fed into the midfield. Walsh and Holzkamp looking at that one. Ball is chipped through. Camp gives it up. Well, here's one for somebody to chase. Are they going to get there? Good chase back by the defender. Good rescue mission there. Danger hasn't passed, though. Prince Edward Island still on the ball. Flag goes up for offside. Referee didn't see it. Now she does see it now. A great run there by Sarah Lewis, who was showing her wheels. Having a nice through ball there from Holzkamp. She gave chase and she almost got clear, but a nice piece of defending by the Nova Scotia back line cut her off and kept her from getting a shot away. Ball put back into play. Prince Edward Island first to the ball. There's another chance for a through ball. Here's Holzkamp now. Got lots of room here on the near sideline. She decides to go for Langley. Kemp's got the option of the goalkeeper here, and she does. She uses the goalkeeper. Ball goes back to Kemp. He's got Lord ahead of her running. Lord's intercepted by McDonald. Walsh giving chase on that one. A nice piece of work there by Juliet Bader. Cutting off Walsh. Throw into Prince Edward Island on the near sideline. Langley drives one long, but it goes out in a throw in to Prince Edward Island here on the near sideline. Game 2 coming up at noon today between New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Labrador. Those teams are vying for a shot at the gold medal game. Should be a tight one. Free kick to Prince Edward Island here. Georgia Doucette over the ball. It's another battle there on the edge of the Nova Scotia 18-yard box. Prince Edward Island starting to knock on the door with some of those through balls. Nova Scotia has been up to the task, but Prince Edward Island edging closer. Carrie McDonald with a throw in here on the near sideline. Looking for some help. She goes down the line with it. Kemp misses it. Some good battling there on the touchline. Ball goes out of play for a Prince Edward Island corner. They're sending everybody into the 18-yard box for this one. Only one player back, that's Shields. The rest of them are ready for anything that can be served up here. A little bit of the wind at the back of the kicker here. Gets good distance. Knocked down. And a goal kick. It's 1-1 here with about 8 minutes left in the game. We play 35 and they'll tack on a couple of minutes for the water break. Prince Edward Island looking for their first points. They've scored their first goal in the tournament early in the game, and they're looking for their first points in the tournament. Holzkamp showing some nice maneuvering there. Flag goes up. Sarah Lewis has been active since she came on, showing her speed and good positioning. She was on the other end of that at just a little too quick getting into the shooting area, and the flag went up quickly for offside. Ball's given away. Langley with a chance. She feeds it in. Can you get turned and shoot on that? A coin first to the ball and manages to get it clear. Another chance to shoot. Ooh, looked like it might have been a handball there. A little bit of pressure here now from Prince Edward Island. Looking to finish the opening round of the tournament on a high. Free kick to PEI. Ball is fed quickly to the top of the box. Knocked down by the back line of Nova Scotia. Almost looks like Prince Edward Island has been saving the best for the last here. They've come on strong in the dying minutes of the second half. PEI in control of the ball. Holzkamp got her head up. She's finding some help here on the near sideline. Got the keeper to help. Yeah, go to the keeper. That's right. Yeah, and now quickly into the midfield. There's one for Langley to chase, but the Nova Scotia back line is there. And they're able to take care of that one. Ainsley Grant very quickly on the ball. A real steady head there at the back line for Nova Scotia. This is a coin now, getting a chance to turn. Feeds it into the midfield. Prince Edward Island there first. Nice interception there by Chloe Lee. Leads to a chance to shoot. That one looks like it might go out if the keeper can't get there. And we've got another corner here. Corner opportunity for Prince Edward Island. Got about 2 minutes left to play in the 35. And we can look forward to a minute or two possibly added on to that to round out the game. Prince Edward Island 1 and Nova Scotia 1. The goal scorer for Prince Edward Island was Morency. And the goal scorer for Nova Scotia, we'll just watch to see how this corner comes in. Beautifully served in. Header, is it going to stay in? Still, Prince Edward Island with a chance to shoot here. Player stumbles. There's the shot. Goalkeeper snags that one. Plays it out to the far side. Game falls into that kind of scrambly pace we've seen from time to time here today. Nova Scotia coming forward smartly. This is Camp coming in down the near sideline, looking to cross it across the top of the box. She does. Holzkamp was first to that one, and looks like it's going to be a corner. Is it a corner or a throw? We'll have to check. Not sure if that one stayed in or it went out. Abby Melvin was the goal scorer for Nova Scotia. Morency the goal scorer for PEI at the 3-minute mark. Nova Scotia tying it up toward the end of the first half. Ball fed into the top of the box. Olskamp first to it. Still, McNeil manages to get the ball in the danger area, and the ball is quickly fed through. There's a high one toward the penalty spot. Who's going to get that? Nobody. Nobody heads it. Another chance at a header. Ooh, this is looking dangerous for PEI unless they can get the ball clear. They do momentarily. Camp goes back into the midfield. O'Coin with the shot. And Prince Edward Island defending well here on their 18-yard box. Corner kick. We played 34 minutes. Nova Scotia hoping to score late in the second half, as they did early in the game, scoring late in the first half to tie things up. So let's see if they can do some stuff here. They've got, they've got 9 players on the edge of the Prince Edward Island 18-yard box, hoping for a deflection, a shot, a header, or something. Ball comes clean through to the penalty spot. Prince Edward Island first to it. Ball is tapped back to the midfield. And the game is whistled down. 1-1. Prince Edward Island 1 and Nova Scotia 1. Giving PEI their first points, 2 losses and a tie. And Nova Scotia with 2 wins and a tie. Giving up their first goal. They had 2 clean sheets earlier in the tournament. So 1-1 in our first game of the under-13s here. And we have the second game of the under-13 round coming up in about half an hour. That's Newfoundland and Labrador taking on the New Brunswick girls. So we'll be back for that at 12 noon.